Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sorrow. I'm a writer for Last Word on Sports. I cover the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. Also, I'm a writer for CFLNewsHub.com. I cover Hamilton Ticats and the CFL. Tonight, it's a doubleheader of Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay and Houston's playing right now, so I want to go watch those games. But there's some NFL and CFL and IFL news and notes I wanted to touch on, so we're not getting behind on the ins and outs of all these leagues so far. I will let you know. Thursday night, Buffalo plays Miami. On Thursday Night Football, I will have a pregame article out Wednesday for that on Last Word on Sports. Also, Hamilton Ticats play on Saturday night, and I'll have a pregame article on Friday released for that, okay? Probably about noon on Friday. So that's the plan there. We're going to go through some odds and ends, mainly a bunch of injuries in the NFL, and then a few adjustments in the IFL and CFL. I'm joined by my co-host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler Tiger here. Fired up. Yeah, excited to see Joe Burrow play this season. In case you don't know, Joe Burrow got hurt. What? Joe Burrow got hurt? Is he banged up a little bit? No, he's got turf toe. He's gonna be out for at least three months with surgery. 3 months? What? No Joe Burrow? No Joe Burrow? Alright, you gotta go cry somewhere else, Tyler. Here we go. Alright, so kicking off with that lead story. Cincinnati Bengals Joe Burrow will need toe surgery on his turf toe. He's going to be out a minimum of 3 months. I read somewhere that said 6 months, so he might be done for the year. Jake Browning's got to step in and do his thing. Now, quick heads up, with Joe Burrow as a starting quarterback, the Bengals are 40-30-1, and they score 25.3 points per game. Without Joe Burrow, they're 6-8. And they scored 19.9 points per game in the Joe Burrow era. But Jake Browning did step in a couple years ago and helped the Bengals win some games. And then Jake Browning stepped in this week and led a 92-yard drive to get the win against Jacksonville, helping start off 2-0. So I don't think all is lost. I think they will beat Minnesota next week. It's just a matter of, what's the long-term plan. I've heard some things, so I'm going to report on those now. One of those things I heard is that they could be contacting Kirk Cousins, but I think he's too expensive for what we can afford, honestly. $24 million for a non-full-time starter. I think we can't afford that, really. Okay, all right, so the Bengals are calling around for free agent quarterbacks. They do have a 2-0 start for the first time in the Zach Taylor era, I believe, or at least in a while. On some more injuries, New York Jets quarterback Justin Fields is in the concussion protocol. Bills put him out. He had a horrible game. Bills put him out on a run play, and now he's in the concussion protocol. So it's like Tyrod Taylor's going to take over for the Jets, at least for the short term. Washington Commanders, they signed running back Chase Edmonds. Why? Because Austin Eckler's out for the season. He has a torn Achilles. Tennessee Titans, they revised the contract of 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons, boosting his pay for this year to $632,529 for the 2025 season. Why did they do that? Because they were supposed to give him a pay increase, and they didn't do it previously for some incentives. So they made it up to him with that pay increase. Chicago Bears quarterback Jalen Johnson is out indefinitely with a groin injury. More injuries. NFL, Baltimore Ravens edge rusher Kyle Van Noy potentially is out with a hamstring injury for this week, but that's not been ruled out yet, but it's looking like the likely scenario. LA Rams quarterback Ahkello Witherspoon is on IR with a broken clavicle. Washington Commanders, this one hurts me a lot because one of my fantasy teams, because I'm using the Washington Commanders as a team. Quarterback Jaden Daniels has a mild sprain in his sprained knee. He could be questionable for the game this weekend against Las Vegas Raiders. That would be a big hit for the Commanders. I think they'll lose to the Raiders. They don't have Jaden Daniels, to be honest. So, Carolina Panthers offensive guard Robert Hunt has torn his bicep. He's likely going to be on the IR due to needing surgery. Center Austin Corbett is injured his MCL, and he's going to go to the IR, but he could return. So it's probably not a torn MCL. And I had a torn MCL several years ago, and it did knock me out for the season. When I was still playing football, I still have a torn MCL technically. Minnesota Vikings running back Aaron Jones got a hamstring injury. He's going to be out versus Bengals, most likely. Okay. More injuries for the Vikings from last night. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy is out. He has a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Carson Wentz will step in for him. So all kinds of quarterbacks are out. Brock Purdy, Jaden Downing might be out. J.J. McCarthy might be out. Joe Burrow's out. Josh Allen got his nose busted up. I think they said he's good today. Sean McDermott said he's good for, today he was good. But, he's beat up too, man. Or at least quarterback's getting beat up early. Cincinnati Bengals did call just a little while ago, called the Green Bay Packers about quarterback Malik Willis, trying to get a hell of him. And that would be an interesting fit. Dual threat quarterback. I think that could really expand what we're doing there on offense. Just saying. In the IFL, Rob Miller joins the San Antonio Gunslingers as a defensive coordinator. And in the CFL, Toronto Argonauts made some moves. They moved 3 players to their practice roster. American offensive lineman Joshua Donovan, American defensive back Nicholas Toomer, and American wide receiver Tyler Kamen. Okay, so that's the news. That's all the news for today. This is odds and ends of NFL and CFL. Just want to touch on some things that get backed up news-wise. Tomorrow, we'll probably be looking at NFC, AFC power rankings. They might just be a short. It's hard to say. I will be doing my research on the Buffalo Bills-Miami game to get that pregame article out by Wednesday. So that will be where most of my effort is put into this thing. So, all right, that's the plan. Make sure you check out Last Word on Sports. See some NFL news, and all sports are covered on Last Word on Sports. Also, check out CFLNewsHub.com to check out some CFL news if you like the CFL. And then like the video and subscribe if you like more football scientific videos. I'm going to go watch some Monday Night Football. Go Houston. The Football Scientific Portal is now closed.